My life has been filled with influences all around, but there are some things I feel made a bigger impact on me than others. A big part of my life has been influenced by my family and where my family is from. All of my family was born in Mexico, and being raised there made a big difference. Another thing is that my family got me to see a special view on education. As I mentioned, family has been a big impact on my life and the decisions I made. My family has always been close from the time I was in Mexico to where we are now, miles apart. In Mexico, at the end of the day, if it was possible, we would gather at my grandparents' house, and a lot of times it would be everyone who showed up. Since we have always been so close, we have always worked together to go forward in life because we try to do things so that everyone benefits. So now that we are farther apart and can't visit, we try to call every week and see how everyone is, and how now that my siblings have moved out and made their families, they visit as much as possible or at least call, because that's what they learned in Mexico. This part of my life also reminds me of the novel Jim Candy, because everything he does is for his family. For example, just to impress his father and make him proud, he starts taking steroids to be better even though it can affect his whole life. This shows how even though he could just have been good, it was not enough because he did not want to let his family down. My life with my family in Mexico impacted me in a big way in the US. Coming from a fully Hispanic home can really change the way you think and how you do things. When we moved to the US, we did not forget about our culture or traditions. A big thing is that my family has always said to never forget where you came from. That's who you are and it's impossible to change. Over the years, I have felt different because the schools I went to were different, but as time passed, I got used to it. Well, there was always Hispanics that were more used to the American culture, and when there were some I could relate to, they aren't as many. I could relate to the book The Kite Runner because as Amir moved to America, his father taught him how even when you move to another country, you should never forget your original culture. A big part of Amir's experience is going to a small flea market where it was full of his culture and he felt at home, or at least he felt comfortable there. After reading The Kite Runner, I was able to realize the importance of my race and all the things I learned, and how whenever I go, I can always find a place I feel comfortable or find people I can relate to. Family is also the reason why education is so important to me. Throughout my immediate family, only one sibling has graduated high school, and I could be the second one and the first to pursue a career afterwards. The situation in Mexico is that sometimes people have to work instead of getting an education to get along. While my parents did get some education, they did not finish. My parents are the ones who always pushed me to keep studying and pursue a career. In high school, always took shop classes because I always knew I wanted a hands-on career. And when I took automotive, I realized that's a career I wanted. Because it's fun to find and solve problems. Another thing is that coming into high school, I started meeting more people, and it was different since I am used to small circles of friends. Also in high school, we read about something similar in Looking for Alaska, where the main character, Miles, is going into high school and he starts making friends as where in his previous school he didn't have any. And with these friends, he starts having big adventures that he's not used to, but he starts creating good relationships. After reading Looking for Alaska, I realized that during high school I started making new friends and started going out more as well. Throughout my years out west, I have seen many changes in how I interpret text and interact with others. Jim Candy affected me greatly because I never thought about myself in terms of my family before reading it. It made me re-examine my relationship with them, and now when I read other texts, I find myself focusing on what family does for each other. I think this change happened because I was being a bigger part in helping and then helping me through high school. This was important to my growth as an individual because my family has taught me many things in how I am and how I treat people. In addition, looking at my race through the Kite Runner, it showed me how I view the difference in culture. I think this affected me because I am used to different things than people who are born in the U.S. Although I did not change my perspective on education, I feel that reading Looking for Alaska reinforced my views on how school changes you and teaches you important things because you have to grow up and adapt to the things that are going on around you. Overall, I would say the biggest change in me throughout these past few years was important life skills taught by my family, which are not learned in school. I think my family has had the most impact in how I perceive the world because they show me many life skills and they walk me through.